Today I want to do some archival ink blending, and I'll be sharing some new products from Ranger with you today. So for today's card, I'm going to start out, I want to show you some of the new things I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this new Make-It stamp block. I'm also going to be using the Aquamarine Archival Ink, the Magenta Hue Archival Ink. I'll also be using the new Best Addressed Archival Ink, as well as the Sunflower Archival Ink. And then I'm going to be using some of the Dina Wakley mixed media tape, but for the new products, here is the new Bold Birthday Stamp Set that I'll be using, and then this stencil, and this is the new Bold Shapes Stencil, and there are endless possibilities with this stencil as well as with this stamp set. So today I'm going to show you just one possibility with the card, and we're going to do a little bit of ink blending with archival ink. A lot of times when you think of ink blending, you don't think of archival inks, you'll think of distressed inks or other inks, but you can ink blend with archival inks as well. So I want to show you how I do that today. So I'm going to start out by taping down my card front, and for the archival inks, I'm going to bring in the Sunflower, the Magenta Hue, and the Aquamarine. So when you're ink blending, you don't want to get mud, so you want to think about what colors will blend well together. So today I'm kind of sticking with the primary colors, which is red, blue, and yellow, but I'm going off a bit on a tangent with them, I guess you could say. I'm going with the lighter, so going with the pink will act as the red, the aquamarine, which is a lighter blue, will act as your basic blue, and then the yellow. And so everything will blend well, and we should not get a muddy look. So for this stencil, there's so many different designs on it, and like I said, there are endless possibilities for cards. I will show you how I create this card, and then I have another sample I want to show you. But you can just go wild with this. And I have had so much fun with this stencil and stamp set because there are so many different ways that you can mix this up. And I've only started with it. So today what I thought I would do is show you how, when I get started with something, if I'm not really sure how I want to create a background pattern, I just start in the middle. So I chose these three shapes on the stencil, and then I'm just taping them off with that Dina Wakley mixed media tape because that will not tear my paper. I'm also using Simon Hurley stark white cardstock, and so this cardstock works really well with the inks when you're ink blending. It makes ink blending easier, but I think it makes the colors so much more vibrant as well. So I'm just going to start out with the Magenta Hue, just filling in the three shapes that I have here on my card front. And then I'm going to come back with the Sunflower, and I'm just going to ink blend that as well, but I'm only going to blend it on half of each of the shapes. And it doesn't have to be exactly half. I'm just trying to do, part of the shape. And you can see here, when that pink and that yellow blend, you get a bright orange. And I really like that look. So then I'm just going to come back over it with the Magenta Hue because I want to get a more vibrant pink now. And as I add that, I'm adding it over the yellow as well. And that just gives you a darker pink and a more vibrant and darker orange. And I really love how those two colors blend together. So I'm just going to peel this up, and then I'm going to choose another shape on my stencil. And like I said, there are so many shapes. So what I'm going to choose next is the circles. There's a bunch of circles or dots going down the side of that stencil. So I'm going to figure out which one of those I want, and I'm going to have those go across these shapes, and I just have to figure out exactly where I want those. I do want to make sure that my card base is taped down tightly so that it doesn't move. And then I'm just going to pull all the tape off, and I know I used a lot of tape, but throughout this project and my other projects today, I'm going to be using this tape because I'm going to make some more cards using this stencil, so I'll just continue to use this tape throughout the day. So you can see here there's some circles on this stencil that go down, kind of tilted down the side there. So I'm just trying to decide which ones I want and where I want them, and then I'm just going to tape those off again just like I did the other shapes. I'm going to tape everything off so that I don't get any ink anywhere that I don't want it. I'm also using the Ranger ink blending tools, mini ink blending tool, to blend these inks today. So now that I have it taped off, I want to bring in my blue. So now when I go ahead and add this blue, it is going to blend in with that pink as well. And so it's going to give you a purplish blue color. And so I want it to overlap the pink so that you're getting another color now. Another color's coming through. So I'm just going to pull that up. The reveal is always fun. And I love how that looks. So I want to add a few more of the circles going back down my card. So I'm just going to realign this up, just adding it back over it. And once again, I'm going to let it cross over into the other shapes so we can get some more colors there, and just do a little bit more ink blending there. If you are enjoying today's video, don't forget to hit the like button. It lets Ranger and myself know that you are enjoying this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Ranger channel. I share a tutorial here on the Ranger channel at least once a month, and there's other designers throughout the month who are sharing tutorials and lots of inspiration. So then I'm just going to bring in the Aquamarine again so that the line of dots are continuing down my card. I think this stencil and stamp set would also be a lot of fun in your art journals as well as cards. So today I am just going to create a card that has a lot of white to it with the shapes in the center. But you could create a complete background for your card. You could, and I do plan to play around with this some more. And so you can see here where these two overlapped, you get a more blue, purplish blue, almost kind of towards a navy color as well. And I love the different colors that we're getting as we're overlapping these and blending other colors together. So now that I have those ink blended, I want to bring in some of the stamps. So I'm going to bring in the wavy stamp that's in the stamp set. And I'm going to use the new Best Dressed. It is a navy ink. I really love this color. And so I'm just going to add it to my card as well. I'm kind of pulling that in for the blue that overlapped with the pink. I think all that goes really good together. And so I'm just going to stamp that out at the bottom. And then I'm going to add it to the top as well to balance out. I feel like it balances out the card. And that's the thing with this. I also recommend, if you want to just play with these, use your scrap paper at first, and that's what I did, and played around with some patterns, and then, you know, use your good paper to actually create your card backgrounds. Now I am going to bring in another one of the stamps from this stamp set, and it is like some little squares going across, just like the wavy lines, but squares. And so I'm going to add those at the top and bottom as well, just to balance everything out once again. And I'm keeping this one very simple. I'm not going to fill in the whole background, but like I said, you could fill in the whole background and create all kinds of different pattern papers of your own. Now I am going to bring in the sunflower, and there's a little swirly stamp. There's two actual swirly stamps, a big one and a small one. And so I'm just going to bring in the small one, and I'm just going to stamp some random swirls around on this card front as well. And I'm just going to let things overlap. I think it looks really good overlapping and just creating patterns. And the colors that I'm using for this card, and something about this pattern kind of makes me think of the 90s. And I was a teenager in the 90s, so I thought this was a lot of fun. So once I have my swirls all stamped out, and I do try to just stamp them random. I don't have a particular place for each one, and I just keep stamping until I like it. I decided to do 3 at the bottom and 3 at the top. So once I have those all stamped out, I'm just going to stamp out the happy birthday sentiment that's in this stamp set, and then I will fussy cut it out as well. So I stamped it out in the navy so that it could match those other images that we stamped. And then I'm just going to speed it up here and let you see though how I fussy cut. So I first start out by just cutting out the sentiment. And then once I get it, cut out close enough to it, I'm going to come back and add a little bit more detail to my fussy cut by just trimming around the rounder letters and cutting into the Y. So you'll see here how I do that. Just in case you're curious how I fussy cut this one out. I do a lot of fussy cutting, And so I enjoy fussy cutting. If you have one of those electronic cutting machines that you can scan it in, you could stamp this, scan it in, and cut it out as well. I don't have one of the scan and cut, so I just fussy cut. So I'm just cutting really close to the letters here and just kind of squaring everything up. And then you'll see I'll come back and add a little bit more detail to my letters here. You can see I'll curve in where the A is. I'll also do that around the 2 P's, and then I will cut around the Y's. And so you could just have a basic, you could cut this out. If you do not like fussy cutting, use a die or just cut this out with your paper trimmer and just cut it out in a rectangle, and don't worry about fussing around the letters. I did want to show you, just in case you were curious, how I cut it out and how I did my shapes around the letters. So once I did have the happy birthday cut out, I went ahead and popped that up on the front of my card, and then I added that card front to a piece of navy cardstock and then again to a white card base, so you have all these layers showing. I also decided to try and create another background, and so this time I used more of your primary colors. I used Big Plans for my blue, and then for my red I used Wine Cellar. And then I also used the Sunflower again for my yellow. And so I really love how this one turned out. I love how blending all of the different colors, you know, created different effects on the front here. And then I did go through and do some stamping with some of the stamps. And then I added the Love You sentiment to this one as well. Well, I really hope that these have inspired you to get out your archival inks and your stamps and stencils today and get to creating. And I will list all the products below that I used. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.